Welcome back to Mac Talk Sports, and what a game of cricket we have already had, and there's still two more games to go, but we'll talk about them in another video. The day today belonged to two people, Sharendra Dhafar for West Indies and Shakib Al Hasan for Bangladesh. Talking about the first game, West Indies versus New Zealand, the home team. They have won already two games. They needed another win to qualify for the next round, and New Zealand, who had a huge defeat against Afghanistan, it was a much needed win for them. And when the toss happened and New Zealand won the toss, Kane Williamson decided to field first. After the 5-6 overs, West Indies were like 30 for 5, and you're thinking, okay, New Zealand are back. West Indies have capitulated, but they kept on going. The way Sharendra Dhafar handled the innings, he had a little bit of help from other batsmen, but nobody was sticking around with him. He was just going on from the one end. The wickets were kept falling, but they are luckily for them that somebody stayed with him throughout. After every 2-3 hours, one wicket was going on, and he continuously played his innings. And the last 3 overs, the hitting that he did, that basically snatched the game away from New Zealand, and the confidence that it gave the West Indian team. The momentum switched completely because of his innings. New Zealand were on top for about 13 to 14 hours, and then Rutherford plays this amazing innings, and he shifts the momentum completely. Plus, West Indies have the advantage of being the home team, and the crowd was completely with them. So they set up a great target. It is of 149, 150 is the target. You really don't know which way the game is gonna go, especially with how the pitches are being played. It's no target is perfect for anybody till now. Like, nobody has the idea what target is gonna be defendable, what is a good target, unless until you score over 200, then that it's a different ball game. But right now it's still not confirmed for any team that what target is going to be good at the pitches. So West Indies, they gave a target of 150 to New Zealand. New Zealand start the innings in the power play. They look very good, but then again West Indies bowler, they packed them back. They continuously kept taking wickets at intervals. They did not let New Zealand make partnership. But New Zealand scored at a very good rate despite losing wickets. They were not letting the West Indies fielders and captains relax. They lost 2 quick wickets after having a good partnership, and then they lost Williamson very early. It has not been a good World Cup till now for Kane Williamson, and which is a bad thing, because this could probably be his last World Cup, and the way the things are going, it's not looking good for him. So the game keeps on going, and basically every New Zealand batter, they hit their shots 15-20, but nobody stayed on the crease long enough apart from Glenn Phillips. And the way he was hitting, the game was going on. It looked like that it would be a good contest, like we are going to have a last over finish, until the Amaro Joseph over, where he gets the Glenn Phillips out, and then on 40 odd, and that basically was the done. And then he gets another Tim Southey out on the next ball, and that basically dented New Zealand's hope. In the 19th over, again they were not able to make any runs, even though they hit 3 sixes in the last over. But the game was basically done at that point, because they needed 33 of the last 6. And so that from 17th, 18th, 19th, the last 3 overs basically spoiled the game for New Zealand, and West Indies won. The crowd was happy. They are through to the next round. Being a host team, you want teams who are hosting the tournament to go through, because it helps bring in the fans. It keeps the tournament alive. So it's very good, and it was richly well deserved for the West Indies. You cannot question the performance. The bowlers helped the batsmen. Of course, batting did not do as well they would have liked, but Sharendra Dhafar stood up, and he played probably one of his greatest T20 innings. It was really good to see. So yeah, West Indies qualify. For New Zealand, it's looking very bad at the moment. Afghanistan already have 4 points, and they are gonna play Papua New Guinea next. So if they win the game, New Zealand are almost out of the tournament. It's looking really bad for them. So yeah, it's quite a surprise, because before the start of the tournament, New Zealand were almost in everybody's top 4. So for them to not make even the Super 8, it's going to be very interesting. So it's it's it can be said that it's a done industry for New Zealand. It's done. Because I personally don't see Papua New Guinea defeating Afghanistan, but I did not see the US defeating Pakistan. So you never know. But now New Zealand has to hope like Pakistan that something happens for them. But yeah, it's not looking good. Speaking of the other game, Bangladesh was versus Netherlands. That was a very important game. Both teams on 2 points. Sri Lanka's hopes also depending there. And when the rain happened, you think every Sri Lankan fan would be like, okay, this is our chance. Maybe there's going to be a washout. Maybe both of them get 3 points and we get a chance. But the rain delay happened, but the game happened. Then Bangladesh, Bangladesh started batted first, and at the beginning again the openers were not able to capitalize of the power play. The runs were not there, and Bangladesh were in a sort of a trouble until Shakib Al Hasan come. He has not been in a very good form lately. He did not have a good IPL. Even in the last 2 games, he has been not good. He was not good in the US series. There was question marks about him. But when it mattered, the experience came into play. He played an amazing innings of 61. He helped his team get post a great total, which they knew that they would be able to defend because of the bowling that they have. I personally think Bangladesh have one of the best bowling attacks with the in the tournament, especially with the way the pitches are behaving. Their fast bowlers are the top 3 in the top: Taskeen, Tasneen and Mustafizur, and then you have the spin of Rashid Hussain. So Bangladesh have a very good bowling attack. So if their batting can click continuously, it does in patches, but it's not been continuous. But if it clicks every in a proper way, there's a very good chance that Bangladesh not can only go to Super 8, which I think now they will because of the win that they got, but they might even make it to the semi-final. So it could be very interesting. So yeah, Shakib Al Hasan, he showed his experience. He played a blinder. Netherlands, you can say that in the death overs, the inexperience of the Netherlands side showed. They were not able to bowl on the proper areas. There are too many full toss, and Mahmudullah and Shakib Al Hasan, they went in the last 4 or 5 overs, they started hitting. Mahmudullah played a great cameo. Then Zakir Ali came in. He also played like made 20 out of 7-8 balls. That helped Bangladesh to take the total over 160 something. So, and then came the bowling side. So Netherlands, again, the game was going very, very good. It was looking like another great contest. They were up with the asking. Wickets were falling down there. It's not doubt about it. It was almost like a similar to New Zealand innings. The Bangladeshi bowlers were able to keep on taking wickets at the right interval. We had a great partnership for the Netherlands, but then Rashid Hussain comes in and he again changes the game in just 1 over, in 2 balls. Basically what Amari Joseph did in the first game, Rashid Hussain does in this one. Takes 2 wickets with his spin, and that was done. The Netherlands lost all their momentum after that. Both the set batsmen were gone, and that was it. After that, they did not really recover after Hussein's over, and it became an easy win, 30 run win for Bangladesh. It gets them to 4 points. It helps their net run rate. So it's looking very, very likely that they are going to be the team that follows South Africa from this group, unless and until they lose from Nepal, and then the net run rate and Netherlands win from Sri Lanka. So still, as a Bangladeshi fan, you should be very excited. You should be happy that your team is doing really well. Speaking of the qualifying for the next round, Netherlands now have a very hard task. They need to defeat Sri Lanka, and they need to defeat them with a good margin. Plus, they need to hope that Nepal wins the game against Bangladesh. So it keeps them on 4 points as well. Sri Lanka, on the other hand, it's done for them. They are out. They become like the officially first big team to be out of the tournament. They are on 1 point with 3 games. Even if they beat Nepal, they are going to be on 3. Bangladesh are already there. So it has been a tournament to forget for the Sri Lankans. They had a very good team, but it did not happen. Losing that game against Bangladesh was you could say, the main reason they are going to be eliminated. So yeah, now we still have 2 games to go. England playing on Oman, and then Afghanistan playing against Papua New Guinea. England need to win that game because they themselves are in a lot of trouble at the moment. I'm going to talk about the other 2 games after the Afghanistan game. So yeah, till then, bye bye.